Let's stop pretending that being a Resident Evil fan isn't just a 20-year exercise in Stockholm syndrome. We've endured the Mila Jovovich wire fu fever dreams and the Netflix teen drama apocalypse that no one asked for. And that 2021 reboot that felt like a Spirit of Halloween store exploded inside a soundstage. We are a battered fan base. But yesterday, the cycle of abuse might have finally been broken. Because Zach Cregger just dropped the teaser for Resident Evil, the 2026 version. And for the first time since the original 1996 pixelated hallway, I didn't see a superhero, I saw a victim. And in survival horror, that's exactly what we've been missing. This isn't just another attempt to make fetch happen with a umbrella logo. This is a seismic shift. We're coming off the back of Return to Silent Hill creating earlier this year. And it's leaving the prestige video game adaptation in like a precarious spot. And the industry is watching this like a litmus test. The guy who gave us the basement twist and Barbarian can't make Raccoon City scary again, then maybe the genre is truly dead on arrival. By looking at this footage, Cregger isn't playing by the old studio rules. He's not recasting Leon Kennedy's hair. He's trying to capture the feeling of having one bullet left in a dark room. So yesterday, April 30th, Constantine Film and Sony gave us our first look at 2026 Resident Evil Reset. And it's directed and co-written by Zach Cregger alongside John Wick's Shay Hatton. The film ditches the legacy characters entirely. There's no Chris, no Jill, no Leon. Instead, we're following Austin Abrams as Bryan, a medical carrier trapped in Raccoon City during the initial viral outbreak from Resident Evil 2. It's an $80 million R-rated Canon adjacent side story that's being described as a 90-minute gauntlet of claustrophobic tension, almost likened to Fury Road. And the internet is already vibrating. Half the fans are praising the vibe-first approach, while the purists are already sharpening their combat knives over the lack of a blue tactical vest. But like I said, Resident Evil comes with its own baggage. It's got a long lineage of weird and failed adaptations. So earlier this year, Return to Silent Hill released. It was almost too faithful to the point of being a hollow CGI bloated fan film, even though it didn't really understand the source material at all. But Cregger is smartly pivoting away from that copy-paste trap of video game adaptations. And we're coming off the shadow of the Anderson verse of Resident Evil. I don't even know how many sequels we got of that, but those movies made a total of $1.2 billion. They traded horror for basically the Matrix with zombies, and I think the games started to do that too after the movies. You follow the money, apparently. But this $80 million budget for this new Resident Evil is the first time we're seeing that kind of money used for atmospheric dread rather than a slow motion explosion. I mean, shit, we've been promised a faithful Raccoon City since 2002, and every time we ended up with either blazer hallways or a teen drama. And I think adapting a survival horror is the smart way that Cregger is going about this. I mean, I'm quoting him that Austin Abrams, the star of this, is just a hapless dude. And I think that's the most important takeaway. And similar to what the games did, they're pivoting away from the action and leaning more into the horror like they did with the two Ethan Winters games, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village. And really, that's what brought Resident Evil back in the video game sphere. And the same could happen with the movie. The horror in the games works because you're vulnerable. Leon in Resident Evil 2 was a rookie. He wasn't the John Wick clone that we kind of know him as now from Resident Evil 4. I think there's a lot of great potential capturing the spirit of the early Resident Evil games by using the courier, Bryan. Cregger is basically restoring the ordinary person in hell dynamic. And apparently this movie is a 90-minute gauntlet. I mean, apparently it's a real-time survival thriller. I mean, if you kind of compare it to something like Green Room or 28 Days Later, it's not an epic, it's a panic attack with a runtime. And even Cregger did a breakdown immediately after that trailer dropped with IGN. And he really sold me on it, even though there's online chatter about it not being too related to the games. It's capturing the spirit. You got a shot of Bryan checking a handgun magazine. The movie respects the game logic. I mean, inventory management, backtracking, keys. He has to find keys to unlock stuff. He's kind of getting better and better weapons as the movie goes on. He starts out with the pistol, and then he gets a shotgun, and then he gets machine gun. And apparently there's only like 3 parts of the movie that actually has zombies in it, and it's mostly creatures. So I'm interested to see what he puts in this movie. If it's something from the games or just new creatures made for the movie. It's not just a zombie flick, it's survival horror cinema. And I think that has the best potential. And he's a carrier. A carrier of what, though? That's kind of got me sort of interested in this. I mean, based on Barbarian, the audience, I think we should expect the medical package Bryan is carrying to be sort of a red herring. I mean, what do you think is really in the box? Is it the T virus or something worse? Or is it just medical supplies? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what you think it is. And this is a teaser trailer, and they've already got zombies raining from the sky. It's visceral and practical looking and sort of weirdly poetic, just seeing them explode on top of cars. I think it captures the chaos of the outbreak better than like 1,000 CGI zombies. And there's a human element just from this small teaser. You got Austin Abrams on a phone call in one scene. It's the added vulnerability that we never really got from Mila Jovovich in her superhero phase of Resident Evil. So what if this succeeds? I mean, are we getting more Resident Evil adjacent stuff to the game, or are we getting stuff more directly tied to it? I'm just kind of curious about that. What if this is like a runaway hit and Cregger is on a roll? I'd be interested to see where it goes. Are we kind of leaning into the horror, the Ethan Winters of it? Are we going to see more of the fantastical elements come? And I wonder what the mid-movie twist would be. I mean, Cregger said he won't be completely obedient to the lore, and I don't mind that. I don't really care. I think lore is overrated most of the time. Unless it completely destroys the meaning of the entire franchise, that just flips it over on its head. I mean, does it mean we're getting a new creature entirely? I don't know. Look, I don't like to be a hater. It's safer. If I stay cynical, I can't get hurt when the credits roll and it's just another generic slasher. But Zach Cregger has earned my director's trust with weapons in Barbarian. He understands that Resident Evil isn't just about the lore of the Wesker family or whatever. It's about the sound of boots on a creaky floorboard and a realization that you're down to your last green herb. This kind of finally seems like the first time a studio has realized that video game movie shouldn't be a genre, but survival horror should be. September 18th is the date. We're either getting Mad Max Fury Road of zombie movies, or we're getting another beautiful disaster to add to the pile. Either way, at least no one is doing a psychic backflip off a motorcycle, probably. Are you in for the Bryan era, or is it no Leon, no bye for you? Does a 90-minute real-time Gauntlet sound like the Resident Evil movie we've deserved since '96, or are you worried this is just Barbarian with a bigger budget and less heart? Drop your theories on what's in that medical package in the comments below. Let's argue about Canon. And check out some of the videos by my head. And I'll see you later.